دخل دائرته.
Hi, Alia. Hello again. Hi, Noha.
Hi, Henny.
Hi, Amin. Okay, just waiting for more to join. Okay, we will start over, Miss Noha. Okay, so we stopped at the point of the difference between deductive and inductive learning. So I'll share the screen again. Share this one. So let's start over. This is for, I don't know what's wrong. Okay.
Inductive.
Okay. We stopped here. Okay. So here, what will we do? You will listen to 4. Okay, I'm so sorry, I'm trying to maximize the screen, but it stops working. I don't know why. So try to zoom, make it bigger. Okay, so here we will listen to 4 teachers. They talk about how they teach grammar in different ways. They are 4 teachers with different ways or approaches to teaching grammar. You will listen to
4 different approaches or 2 different approaches?
4 different approaches. Okay, each one of them has a totally different one from the other. Okay, so you will listen for 4 teachers. Each one has different approach to teaching grammar. You will listen to one by one. I'll pause after each one, and you will tell me what's the main idea of each approach, and what do you think about this approach? Is it inductive or deductive? And what do you think about the approach itself? Do you like it? What do you think? Okay, so let's listen.
Okay.
Okay, the first teacher. Okay?
Mom.
You don't need to teach grammar explicitly, saying things like, this is the past perfect, and you form it like this. That's unnecessary. Learners will pick it up for themselves. If they want more grammar, the teacher can give them exercises to do outside class, but don't waste precious class time teaching it. I think it's better to teach learners to communicate, to practice as much as possible in class with real language. Grammar will look after itself.
Okay, so this is the first teacher. What do you think? What's the main idea here? And is it deductive or inductive?
Inductive.
Inductive.
I think inductive.
I think inductive.
Yes, great. Thank you. Yes, excellent. Thank you. So it's inductive. Okay, what's the main idea here? She tries to tell us about her way to teach grammar. What do you think?
Communicative.
Yes, that's right. Yes, that's right. She wanted to teach her students communicative skills. Perfect. What else? Yeah, that's right. Yes, Miss Noha, that's right. Perfect. What else? Okay, what did she say about if the students need more grammar?
Grammar will take care of itself.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I don't know why, but yes, she said that. And she
Grown up.
Yeah,
Grammar is the grown up.
Yeah, that's right. She said that students will pick the grammar, pick it up themselves. And if they need
Maybe
more,
she is teaching high level students.
yeah, that's right. Because she wants to focus on the communication skills, so she doesn't want to focus on the rules, and she doesn't prefer to teach in deductive way, as if I say, today we will teach present perfect continuous. So she thinks that it's a waste of time. So don't do that, according to her. She doesn't prefer to do that, and it's better to do more exercises of grammar or grammatical exercises outside the classroom, not inside, because she wants to focus on the communication skills. This is the first
Don't
one.
waste the precious time of the class.
Perfect. Yes, exactly. This is what she said. Okay, let's listen to the second teacher.
2. I always look over a new unit in a book and then teach my learners the grammar rule before we even begin the unit. I explain the rules that are going to come up and then do some exercises with the class. That really helps them to be clear about what the unit is about, and they can do the activities in the unit better. I think they learn better that way. 3.
Okay, so this is number 2. What do you think? What is the main idea? Is it deductive or inductive?
Deductive.
Deductive.
Yes, that's right, deductive. And here, what's the main idea here?
Teaching the grammar.
Teaching, yeah, that's
Follow the
right.
steps, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. But he said something special. He said something special about teaching grammar. What do you think?
At the beginning of the unit.
Perfect, excellent, that's right. He said a special thing that he look over the whole unit, and before going through the unit and teaching the lessons of the unit, he teaches the grammatical rules, because we think that after teaching the grammatical rules, the unit will be easier for the student, and they will learn better if they know the rules of the unit, okay? So he prefers to teach the rules at the very beginning of the unit, before going through the lessons of the unit. He prefers that. What do you think?
I like this way.
Yes. So before going through the reading lesson, the listening lesson, for example, the speaking lesson, he prefers to go through the grammatical rules. And after going through the grammatical rules, I can explain the unit. Why do you
through the unit, you can emphasize each time on the same specific rule through reading. Here you can notice they are, he is, if it is present simple. So they can notice the grammar, and they have more practice and examples through reading or listening.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, I got your idea, and I love the verb you use, that notice. So this is inductive way, by the way, okay? But here the teacher...
Inductive after deductive.
Yeah, that's right. He said, I teach the rules. He doesn't give him the learners a chance to notice. as you said.
Yes, no. What I mean, we can recall the grammar each time we are studying, reading or listening, to recall it through examples which already in the reading text or the listening text.
Yeah, that's right. I got your idea.
They have no idea about it. It won't be recall.
Yes. Yeah, that's right. Yes. Okay. So this is the second teacher. Let's listen to the third one.
Whatever you teach, you have to include fun in it, even if it is grammar. I believe teachers should somehow link it with real-life situations. Experiencing is the best way of learning, so it must be something visual and oral. The more concrete it is, the better the result will be. The thing is, the learner should link the language with a real experience.
4.
This is number 3. What do you think? What is the main idea? And the same question, is it deductive or inductive?
I think inductive.
Yes,
Inductive.
yeah, inductive. Yes. And what's the main idea here?
Explore with
Really?
yeah.
Really.
Using the real objects. Reality.
Yes. Okay. Who is
Yeah.
speaking? Who is speaking?
Rida?
Mr. Rida?
Yes.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Rida. Yeah, that's right. So related the grammar to real situation or real experience. Of course, the experience of students or the learners. Okay, and as you said, Alia, it's inductive way to learning. Yes, that's right. Yes. Okay. Do you want to add anything?
How to add fun to grammar?
Yes. Yes, Teresa.
She's talking about adding fun
Yeah,
and
that's
realia.
right. Yeah.
To add fun and realia to grammar.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, how to add fun? She said that it's very important to add fun while learning, even it is grammar. Even when we teach grammar, how can we do that? Okay. Okay, is it possible to do that with inductive or deductive way?
Inductive.
Sure, inductive way. So while teaching my students grammar structures, I have to think about activity that help students to discover, work out the meaning, not in direct way, as I said, implicit way or implicit learning, to have that fun. When I discover the rule, why should I use this tense in this sentence? So when I discover the rule with my students and encourage them to participate while discovering this rule or work out the meaning, I think they will have fun depending on the activity that I'll use. Okay, but if I say that a direct way, explicit learning, I think they want to have any kind of fun. Okay, and it can be the itself, Teresa. I mean, if I want to use a context to help my students notice the grammatical structure or the rule, I can use easy story or fun text to help my students to have fun while exploring the language or while working out the meaning. Okay, so I think it's all about the activity that I choose, the context that I use while teaching grammar.
ولا أقول له في التدريب.
So let's move to number 4.
I think grammar should always be practiced in context. Using tasks that develop the 4 skills, learners should be working with meaning so that they produce the structure freely before moving on to the next grammar structure. After the task-based activities, you can follow on the analysis of the structure used and try to elicit the form and use from the learners.
Okay, what do you think about this teacher? What's the main?
Deductive.
Is it inductive or deductive?
Deductive.
Okay, he said I have to use a context to teach grammar. So is it
Deductive.
again?
Deductive.
Why?
Traditional way. I think he wants to explain through context, yes, but to explain and do his role as a teacher.
Yeah, that's right. He used a context to teach grammar, but he said something that's very important, that he helps students to elicit the form and the meaning.
Skills.
How can it be deductive?
Okay, inductive.
Yeah, it's inductive, in fact, because he said that I help my students to elicit the meaning and the form of the grammatical structure from the context. Okay, so it's really inductive. Okay, so here we have 4 different ways or approaches to teaching grammar. Okay, what do you think, which one is the best?
I think according to the student's level, according to the grammar which we are going to teach, according to the situation.
Yeah, sure, of course, Teresa, but I'd like to relate that to your context. Now you are teaching, for example, grade 1 and 2, for example. So what do you think, which one is best? Which one works best with your teacher, with your learners?
Inductive way, sure. With the grade 1st and 2nd is inductive way.
Okay. Will
And
it
the
be easy?
process is,
Yes, Alia.
I think the method itself with discover and connect plus, it means inductive way.
Okay, will it be easy for my students in grades 1 and 2 to use this way with them?
Without mentioning the title grammar, it can be done.
Yeah, that's right. Excellent. Yes, exactly. Because in fact, we shouldn't say the term itself. I shouldn't say I'll teach you today the present simple. No, because it has nothing to them. It doesn't have a meaning. To say
abstract.
Perfect. Yes, that's right. Who said abstract?
Teresa.
Thank you, greeting. Yes, thank you. Excellent work, Teresa. Yes, it's abstract. So it's supposed to be concrete. Okay? So I have to make it concrete as much as I possible to help them deal with the grammatical rules. Excellent, great work. Thank you. I'll stop here and we will move to another point, which is lesson planning models. Okay, so
what?
Lesson planning model. Lesson planning model.
Sorry, Miss Hannah. Listening what? I can't hear you.
Lesson plan. Lesson plan.
Yes.
Yeah, lesson plan models. Okay, so in the first part we talked about approaches and
our favorite part.
Deductive. Okay, now we will talk about the models while planning a lesson. Okay, so number 1, PPP. What do you think? What is PPP?
Repetition, practice, production.
Presentation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Practice, production.
Production. Excellent. Great work. Thank you, Alia, and thank you, Tuta. Yes, so that's right. Presentation, practice, and production. This is number 1. Okay. Number 2, TBL. TBL.
No idea.
It's easy. Try to guess.
Teaching حاجة learning. مش عارفة إيه.
Teaching behavior.
Okay.
Teaching behavior.
No, the last one is learning. Yes. L stands for learning. Yes. What about T and B? Okay.
Team-based learning.
Behavior. The first one is?
Team-based learning.
No, not team. It's based learning. The first one, something that the students do. In fact, it's task-based learning. Task-based learning, okay? This number 2, task-based learning, okay? What about TTT?
جوجل بيعمل ايه؟ ثواني.
Okay. Okay, I'll give you a chance to discover.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, sure. TTT. Waiting, Teresa.
توب تو تيم تايم ترايل تيك تاك تو ده فيه 750
No.
تي teaching نعملها in teaching.
No, it's in fact test, teach, test. Test, teach, test. Okay? Okay, TBR. I think all of you know that.
Total physical response.
Yes, yes.
Yes,
يعني TBR تطلع أمل.
yeah, that's
ماشي.
okay. So total physical response. Excellent. Okay.
هي مستنية الابريفيشن ده.
Yes. LA. What do you think about LA?
هدور لكم أنا على GD عبال ما تلاقوا LA.
LA related to vocabulary and words, phrases, chunks, collocations. LA. I have a message. No, Miss Noha, it's not. No. It's lexical approach. Lexical. Okay. Yeah, related to words, vocabulary, phrases. Okay. GD. I'll say it. It's guided discovery. So we will go through these models, 6 models, while planning a lesson. PPP, TBL, TTT, TBR, LA, and GD. Okay, let's start with PPP. Presentation, practice, production. Presentation, it's all about the teacher. So the teacher go inside the classroom, have a warm-up presentation, explain the lesson, check understanding, and highlight the form, the meaning, and the pronunciation for or of the grammatical structure. So the presentation, yes, deductive, excellent, perfect. Thank you, excellent, Teresa. So it's a deductive way, yes. The PPP model is a deductive way to learning. Yeah, it's teacher-centered or teacher-led. Okay, so the first part, it's presentation. It's all about the teacher. He explained, check understanding, and highlight the form, the pronunciation, and the meaning of the grammatical structure. But here I have a question. How can the teacher here check understanding after the presentation? Remember, how can I check understanding?
Questions, examples.
Yeah, that's right, by asking questions. Remember? Concept checking questions. And here the teacher highlights meaning, form, and pronunciation. For example, the symbol. So I highlighted that we add D and ED to the verb if it is irregular. Okay. So again, the teacher here highlight the form and the meaning and the pronunciation. For example, when I explain the past simple tense, I have to highlight that we add ED to the verb if it is regular, D or ED. And when I pronounce, I have to highlight that I pronounce, for example, blade as blade, and helped, or asked. So I have to highlight the pronunciation, the form, and the meaning. This is for the teacher, okay? After the presentation, the teacher gives the learners activities which are controlled, because here we focus on the accuracy. And here the teacher, it's supposed to correct the mistakes of the students. The teacher here can use activities, controlled activities like drilling, repetition, something like that, okay? So here the teacher focuses on accuracy and he has to correct the mistakes, okay? This is number one, okay? In number two, sorry, practice. But in production, we have free practice, free activities, not controlled activity. And here the teacher try to encourage students to personalize the activities and try to give them feedback, okay? And here he focus on fluency. So they give them a chance to speak, okay? Give them a chance to do free activities, because here we focus on fluency, not accuracy, okay? So again,
In teaching grammar?
yes, in teaching grammar, but after controlled activity. Again, after controlled activity, we give them free activity or less controlled activity. Because here, I have to focus on the fluency, okay? In the last stage, production, okay? So these are the three stages of PPP model. Presentation, it's all about the teacher. He gives the presentation, highlight the form, pronunciation, meaning, and check understanding. In stage number two, it's about the students, but in controlled way. I have to give them controlled activities, checking their mistakes and correct their mistakes, because I focus on accuracy. And the last one, production. Again, the students practice in a free way because the teacher focuses on fluency, okay? And here you can personalize the activities or the tasks, okay? This is for PPP, okay? Let's move to an example here. And you will tell me what's the stage here, okay? So we have an example of teaching grammatical rule, which is second conditional F, okay? You will read the stage and tell me, is it presentation, production, or practice?
The voice is not clear.
Because someone, yes, okay. So again, Teresa, here we will have an example of PPP model, okay? 3 stages: presentation, production, and the practice, okay? You will read the stages and tell me what is the stage. Is it presentation, production, or practice, okay?
Okay.
So it's about the second conditional F. It's really great. In fact, I love this model. So you can read it. Is it clear to read?
Yes.
Okay, great. So here we have examples of activities that you can use during this stage, okay? Information gaps, role play, interviews, simulations, find someone who spots the differences, picture cues, problem solving, personalization, board games, okay? To practice the language more freely. I try to personalize the lesson.
The step number 3.
What is the step number 3?
Production.
Yes, production, that's right. And here we have keywords that help me to know that this is
personalized.
Yes, personalize free activities, okay? And we have feedback at the end of the lesson. So this is, yes.
Really?
Yeah, okay, yes, thank you, Miss Noha. Yeah, that's right, okay? So this is a production. Let's move to the second stage. So during this stage of the lesson, it's important to correct phonological, grammatical mistakes, and we have a lot of activities.
Practice.
Yes, that's right. And we have an explanation here of activity that is split sentences. Here we have the second conditional F. I distribute parts of sentences in the classroom. I divide the class, for example, in 2 teams. And the first team has the first part of the sentence, and the second team has the second part of the sentence. And they match, yeah, and find the partner. For example, here we have an example here. If I won the lottery, I'd travel around the world. So the students here practice grammatical rule, but in control, because I give them the sentences. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Number 3, and I love the way of presentation of the grammatical.
Yeah.
Yeah, I often draw a picture of myself with thought bubbles of a lot of money, sports car, big house, world map. So I am thinking about that, and I say, if I had a lot of money, I'd buy a sports car and a big house. So here I have to explain that. Am I rich now? Do in fact I have money?
Not yet.
Not yet, yes. So
Not yet.
I don't have, so I imagine I have money, and if I had money, I'd do so and so. So what's the stage here? As you said, yes. Presentation. Yeah. Excellent. That's right. Perfect. In fact, I love the model here of PPP, and here we have the stages in order: presentation, the second one practice, and the third one is production. Okay, so this is for an example of a lesson, which is second conditional if. Okay, so now it's time to say what's the benefits, the disadvantages of this way PPP model. What are the advantages and the disadvantages? What do you think? When we say, yeah, it's a good model, but it still has advantages and disadvantages. Let's start with the advantage. What are the benefits when I use PPP? Presentation, it's all about the teacher. After that, practice, control the activity, correcting mistakes. After that, free activities and personalization. What do you think?
Organized way.
Of course, yes. Yeah, that's right, yes. Yeah. And here the students feel what do you think about the low learners in this model?
They are secured, they are guided by their teacher.
Excellent, perfect, thank you. Excellent, Teresa. Yes, that's right. They feel secure because my teacher will tell me the rule, will tell me the form, will tell me the pronunciation and the meaning of the grammatical, and give me a chance to practice, not only in controlled or free way, but in controlled way. So here, yes, it works well with the low learners or low students. Perfect, excellent, that's right. What else? Yes, Miss Noah, the teacher guided them. Yeah, that's right. Okay, what about the teacher? Is it easy for the teacher or difficult, complicated? What do you think?
It's easy and common way.
Yeah, that's right. It's easy and common way. Yes, especially for the new teachers. So if I am new teacher, I don't have the experience enough to teach grammar in inductive way. So it's better to use this way because it won't take much effort from the teacher. It's indirect way. Yes, that's right. Okay. So
in presentation, it won't take much time, but
yeah. Yes,
in presenting it takes effort.
Yeah, it takes effort. But what do you think? Does it save time or not?
According to the teacher's theory about the lesson, it may save time for him to give specific points.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, in fact, yes, it saves the time. Yeah, that's right. It needs a lot of effort if we talk about the teacher. Yes, because it's you. It's all about you. You will explain. Yes. You will highlight the form. You will do everything. Okay.
Deductive.
Yes, deductive, excellent. Yes, Mr. Reda, yeah, that's right. So it's all about the teacher. So what about the student here? In the presentation part, I mean, is it active? Is the learner active or passive? Yeah, that's right. The learners here are passive.
I think that's
Yeah, that's right. Especially in the presentation part. Yes, thank you. Excellent. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So I'd like here to yes, so I'd like you to look at the benefits and the drawbacks here. Okay, so the benefits, it's an easy way to the teacher, especially the new teacher. They don't have enough experience, so yeah, it's easy for them to use the PPP model. And of course, the teachers feel confident. Why? Because I have something to do at the very beginning of the lesson. I'll show you the rule, I'll show you the meaning, the form, and the pronunciation, and now it's time for you to do activities. So I feel confident when I do that, okay? Because everything is clear, okay? But we have some drawbacks or disadvantages that here we don't have a context, because sometimes the teacher depends on explaining the rule without a context. So when we want to form a sentence in the past simple tense, you have to add D and ED to the verb, and that's it, okay? So we don't have a context here. Number two, of course, it's teacher-led, not learner-centered. It's all about the teacher, especially in the presentation part. Number three, the learners here know what to do. In the presentation part, I want to say something. I'm waiting for the student. I'm waiting for my teacher to say what he wants to tell us or what he wants us to learn. And after that, we will have some drills, some repetition, okay, memorization. And after that, we will have some exercises in the text box and so on. So here it looks somehow boring. And it's suitable for the low learner, but it's not suitable for the advanced learners. This is BB model, yes, okay? Any questions so far? Okay, so okay, so let's move to another model. Remember, the first model is PPP. Okay, so let's move to another model, which is TB, task-based learning. Task-based learning. Before starting with task-based learning, I'd like to ask you, what is the meaning of the word task?
Mission.
Yes, okay. Yes.
Job.
Yes.
Job.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. So again, it's not exercise in the text box. So again, the word task here, it doesn't mean a question or exercise in the text box. For example, when you have a worksheet and a question, use the correct word A, B, C, or D. This is not a task. It's an exercise, not a task. What is a task? A task is something that is
Again, please, again.
Okay, again, I'm so sorry, Iman, I muted you. Again, here we have the word task. The meaning of the word task is not exercise in the text box. For example, when I explain my lesson and we have some exercises in the workbook, the exercises in the workbook is not a task. What is a task? A task is something related to their life, real life situations. For example, I ask them to plan a journey, plan summer holiday, write a leaflet. Remember, if Raghda is here, before we an activity that we did before with our students, I asked them to write a leaflet about a place. Okay, so this is a task. Okay, to give a presentation, this is a task. Okay, so maybe plan a summer holiday, give a presentation, this is a task. But when I ask my student to just choose Yeah, this is exercise, not a task. So when I have something that is related to real life